look to disrupt yourself or change the game early enough, it's all opportunity.
Yeah.
And then as you get closer to when you have to do it, it becomes more challenging, and then you get into a crisis point. And then often what you're not doing is you're not game changing, you're just surviving in a different way. So I would absolutely agree with that. I think a couple of the observations, I would agree with what everyone said, but I think to be a game changer, you have to understand the rules of the game. So quite often you get individuals who come into an organization and want to radically and boldly do something completely different. But if you're a multi-billion-pound company with shareholders, you have to understand what is risk appetite, how you work within the right timeframes and know when you can do that versus when you need to hold. There's a timing thing, but there's also something about really understanding the context you're operating in, so that game-changing advantage that you've gained is sustainable versus being a kind of flash in the pan. We've done everything differently, and then a year later that person's no longer in the business and everyone reverts back to a boring worse status quo than you were in before.
That's so interesting, because that brings in the idea that you have to take people with you, but actually create a collective of game changers. It can't really just be down to that one individual.
I think it's challenging. I mean, you need somebody who's setting that vision and that direction, that everyone knows where to go, and also setting a behavioural expectation about what does good look like. But I don't think you can have a whole team of game changers in the same way as it's not very helpful to have a team with no game-changing mindset. So I think it's about getting the right blend, making sure you get the right teams around the problem, and also understanding, and everything in life, timing matters. When are you going to do it?
Totally. What are you thinking?
I'd concur with the idea that they come in all shapes and sizes. I think the game changers in my team are a much more reflective style. I'd contrast that with my own, which is more overt, very kind of publicly calling out things I like and don't like.
Yeah.
I think breaking some rules and cultural norms early on when you come into a role sends out an interesting message. So that was certainly my own style.